Hey everybody, Mr. GameLover92 here. It's been a while since y'all heard from me, I know, but I'm back, and I'm doing my first review. Yay! Today I am reviewing Dissidia Final Fantasy. Um, Chances are, if you're a fan of the Final Fantasy series, you've already picked yourself up a copy. But for those who are considering it, this video is for y'all. There's not really much of a story behind it. Well, the story is the gods of harmony, Cosmos, and the god of chaos, well, Chaos, that's his name, have been fighting ever since time began. Every few years they would recruit heroes and villains to help them in the battle. For Cosmos, she has recruited the first cannot speak today. She has recruited the heroes of the first 10 Final Fantasy games, and Chaos has recruited the first 10 villains of the first 10 Final Fantasy games. However, there are two hidden special characters in the game. I'm not going to spoil that here. That's pretty much it for the story. Now, the thing though is, within the game, you can pick which hero you want to play as, and each of their journey comes from a different viewpoint. So they each see the same thing through different ways. Let's see, what else is there to say? Gameplay. Now, gameplay, it's a mixture of action, RPG, with a bit of real-time strategy thrown in. Because when you start out, you have your character on a certain field, and he can move your character a certain number of turns, and the only way to progress is to fight the enemies, which are represented by small icons. What else is there to say? Sorry, first review, I cannot think straight. Now, so pretty much you have all these different RPG elements. You know, you can pick what weapons they can have, what armor, what spells, and there are summons within the game, but you can't actually summon the creatures to, like, do specific attacks. I mean, when you summon them, you, like, see a small little picture of them right quick, and then they do whatever their, and then they'll do whatever their special effect is. However, some summons can only be summoned when certain requirements are met. Now, the action itself is actually pretty well done. Pretty much every moment it's like an action movie. The only problem, the only little small complaint I have is the camera, because sometimes the camera doesn't follow you that well. Because, you know, sometimes they'll go behind the wall and you have no idea what's going on. And sometimes in battles, you really need to know what's going on, or else you'll die horribly. I should know. What else is there? Graphics. The graphics are kind of reminiscent of the Kingdom Hearts series, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. It's actually pretty well done. Though lip syncing is sometimes a problem. It's not that bad though, and you hardly ever notice. Overall, graphics are pretty nice. Especially the intro cinematic. It's really well done. Oh, also, is this a special thing? There is tons of bonus content within the game, and when I mean tons, I mean it. Unlockable new characters, alternate costumes, new moves, armor, weapons, arenas. It's just, Dissidia, when people say Dissidia is Final Fantasy fan service, they mean it. And, I mean, if all the special bonus content wasn't good enough, within the game, you'll see little references to other Final Fantasy games. What else to say? Well, for those of you who aren't really big fans of Final Fantasy, but you're considering getting into the series, don't worry if you're thinking about starting with Dissidia, because to be honest, I'm not that big of a Final Fantasy fan, but Dissidia, wow, just wow. Because within the game, You can go and look up each little character's backstory. It really doesn't go into detail, but it gives you the overall gist of what happened to them in their journey. But it's but don't worry, you won't be lost because it's pretty simple. I mean, because of Dissidia, I'm actually getting to the Final Fantasy series right now. It actually made me go out and because of Dissidia, I actually went out and got Final Fantasy 1 and 2 for my PSP as well, and I'm just enjoying the heck out of them. Let's see. There's not really other many issues besides the camera and the lip syncing problem. Everything else runs well, considering all the action that's happening, what's going on. Um, Not really much else to say about it. It's a great game with tons of bonus content that gives the game a lot of replay value. Let's see, overall score. I give Dissidia Final Fantasy a 9 out of 10. It's really good. Wait, no, scratch that. I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10. Because, it's very rare nowadays you see games that try to please the fans this well, and trust me, Square Enix, they really outdid themselves with this. So, Dissidia Final Fantasy, about $40 wherever games are sold at. So, if you're considering getting some Final Fantasy series and you really want a good action game, this game will definitely keep you occupied for a while. Well, this has been Mr. GameLiver92 with my first review. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time, and